All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to rock and roll. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. If you are coming on while we are live, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am absolutely, positively excited about today's show. And if you're coming on, please do me a few favors. I want you to begin by hitting the like button, hitting the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Prophet Ramon, the squad, and the Ramon Preston Show. We are live in his house on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and glad in it. And while we have just a few more days before we step into December, the final month of the year, I want to make sure that I prepare you as adequately as I possibly can. And so today's show is going to be very, very good. I want you to get your pens, your notepads, or whatever other devices that you're using in your possession. And I want to give you the game today. So please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, somebody, text them, tweet them, inbox them, DM them, call them on another phone and just let them know they need to join the Ramon Preston Show today, because we're going to have an amazing discussion. I'm going to be talking to you today about how to crush it in business. How do you crush it in business? Everybody talking about it because everybody has that on their mind. Everybody wants to end this year strong, and everybody wants to know, what exactly do I need to do so that I can crush it in my business? And so I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that you need in order to crush it in business. So if you want to crush it, crush it in your business, crush it in your finances, in any area of your life, I want you to drop in the comments, especially if you're watching us on any social media platform. I want you to drop in the comments hashtag crush it, hashtag crush it. Please drop that in the comments. And I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers on YouTube, all of our followers on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. I appreciate your follows, your subscriptions, your engagement, your questions, your comments. I really, really appreciate it. We here at Ramon Preston Enterprises really, really appreciate it. And so we thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please be sure to subscribe. We are rapidly approaching 1,000 videos on our YouTube page, and we have over 6,000 subscribers so far. And we're looking to hit at least 10,000 as soon as we possibly can. So please be a part of our YouTube community. Subscribe. Make sure that you visit us on LinkedIn. We have almost 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is an awesome platform, by the way. A lot of engagement. We have built some awesome relationships with clients that we have in our coaching program, and with just people we have in our business community as a whole that have come from LinkedIn. And of course, Facebook and Instagram are always amazing platforms for so many of you that frequent those platforms and engage us on a daily basis. So thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to all of our coaching clients, those of you that have been with us since we launched our 1-year business coaching program. Thank you so much for trusting us to serve you and to provide solutions to you that can help you take your businesses and your finances to the next level. I want to give a shout out to all of you that are part of our Blueprint Game Plan program. We appreciate you as well. The fact that you take advantage of your education and training so much by going to that platform on a daily basis and learning and getting the information you need. We really appreciate you as well. And all of you, even if you're not in our coaching program, if you're not in our Blueprint Game Plan, if you are not even a paid customer for any of our products and services, we just appreciate you putting your eyes and putting your ears to what we're saying and what we're providing. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host. If you don't know, now you know, Ramon Preston. And every Monday through Friday, we show up here on this show to give you information that is strategically and specifically designed to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And you can rest assured, all of the information that I share with you on this show is a direct extension of my life and our company. And it is a clear representation of who I am, what I live by, and what we teach and train our customers and clients on here at Ramon Preston Enterprises. So whether it's through our consulting division, our coaching division, or our training division, everything that I share with you is what I am living in my own personal life. The truth is, the information that's in that blueprint game plan, which is our online program, and the information that we share with you in our coaching program or as a consulting client, this information is coming out of my personal playbook. These are things that I've had to figure out throughout my years as a full-time entrepreneur and to perfect at least to the place that I am able to see success. So if I'm trying something or practicing something and I don't see the success, I'm gonna 86 it and I'm gonna figure out a successful way to put to practice. And then once I figure it out, I'm gonna share it with the people in my community. So today, I wanna talk about how to crush it in business. So if you're thinking about crushing it before the year comes to a close, how to crush it. I mean, like we wanna really crush it in business before this year comes to a close. And so I wanna share with you today three things you need if you want to crush it before this year is out. Now again, December 1st is just a few days away. And so that means you have about 32 days remaining in this year to make the decision to acquire certain things that I believe you need in order to crush it. So if you're putting in the comments #crush it, that means you are ready to crush it. If you don't know what crush it means, just in case you're watching from somewhere outside of civilization, crush it means to really do the doggone thing. Crush it means that you want to excel and accelerate your progress so that you can see success. There are certain goals, there are certain dreams, there are certain aspirations and ambitions that you may have set out in this calendar year that you wanted to do before this year ends. And you might find yourself at a place where you haven't yet reached that point of success. Well, guess what? There are a lot of things you can get done within the next 32 days, all right? So I want you to take the approach into December as if, as long as you have the things that are needed and necessary at your disposal that you can use as practical tools, as long as you have those things, you can crush it. So I want you to just say that to myself. I have what is needed to crush it in business. Come on, say it again. Say, I have what is needed to crush it in business. You act like you don't want to talk back to me today. Come on, say it again. I have what it takes to crush it in business. Now, I got a little ghetto terminology. You got what it takes, sis. You got what it takes, dog. You have what it takes to crush it in business. And I'm getting ready to show you three things you need to crush it in business. So number one, you need a plan. I want you to write that down. You need a plan. And I'm getting ready to educate you on how important a plan is. You need a plan. You need a plan. If you're going to crush it in business, particularly between now and the end of 2021, which is approximately 32 days, okay? Let's just assume you start December 1st. That means you're going to have 31 days. If you intend to crush it in business before this year comes to a close, the first thing you need is a plan. a plan. So what exactly is a plan? I'm going to give you my definition of what a plan is, and then you can slice it and dice it how you want to, because I don't know what your definition of a plan is, but I know one thing. If you're going to crush it in business, you need a plan. All right? So if you've written that down already, let me give you my definition of what a plan is. So you need a plan. You need a plan. So what is a plan? I'm going to give you my definition. A plan is a set of, this is going to be a good definition for you, daily actions you take based on future goals. This is what you're going to need. And I'm not talking about a business plan. Even though my reference is for you to crush it in business, I'm not talking about a business plan. Because I've met a lot of people and I've sat down with a lot of people. Come on, I'm a coach and a consultant and a trainer. I've been a preacher, a pastor, a minister, a leader in my community long enough to have sat down with people from all walks of life, and particularly sitting down with entrepreneurs and business owners and ministers and leaders and executives and those who have certain aspirations and ambitions to do certain things. They overwhelmingly have these awesome business plans, and they got stacks of papers with all these metrics, all these pro forma projections, all these ideals on what they want to accomplish. And as long as they can hit that market and sell that many products and services and touch this many people and make these many calls and do all these things, they're going to just crush it. Only to find out that when they try to put those particular business plans in action, they don't necessarily work. You know why? Because a plan in and of itself is not necessarily a business plan. Because before I have a business plan, before I have a ministry plan, the truth is, before you have a plan for your marriage, for your family, for your church, or for your community, or for the world, you need a plan for you. I gotta have a plan for me. So when I say you need a plan, if you plan on or intend on crushing it before this year is out, this is what I mean. You have a set of daily actions that you're able to take, and these daily actions are based on future goals. So think about it. I have to at least have goals that are so big and that are so broad that they take me out into the future in my mind. And then I want to get there and start like living it out in my head. I don't think enough people really fantasize and really just live in the moment of a goal that they have set in the future. But you got to start doing that. And maybe if you've never done it, today may be a good day for you to just sit down and look at your big dreams. What do you want to accomplish in business? How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to have? How many things do you want to do? Who do you want to help? Who do you want to provide for? Who needs your support? I want you to put all those things, those desires, those dreams, those fantasies, those things that only you know about. I want you to just take a few moments today, and I want you to just write all of them down in the form of future goals. And then I just want you to just sit in it. Now for me, I'm a little cuckoo crazy because I'll just sit in the dark and I'll just fantasize about all the future goals, and I'll just imagine and envision myself flying on my jet, having real estate all around the world, having hundreds of millions of dollars moving and circulating in my community, having all of my family members and friends and loved ones working with me, and we just crushing it in every area of life, even though it ain't a reality. But at least I have an idea called goals that I have set in the future that I can literally project myself to and see myself living out. Because once I come back to reality, once I open my mind up to those possibilities, and then I've got to open my eyes up to the reality of what it is today, I can then implement and execute a set of daily actions and take them based on future goals that I've already envisioned, I've already projected myself to. So when I say you need a plan, this is the kind of plan that you need. Now, here's what I want you to take into consideration when it comes to your plan, because your plan is going to help you consider a few things. Number one, it's going to help you consider, what do you want to accomplish? So when you're putting a plan together, you want to look at, what do you want to accomplish? That's the what question. What exactly do I want to accomplish? And again, don't short sell yourself on what you want to accomplish. In other words, don't like dummy it down to, well, I only got 32 days in 2021. So the only thing I want to do is I just want to, just pay the light bill. That ain't what you really want to accomplish. What I want to accomplish is so big, I don't even know if I can get it done by December 31st. But you know what? I'm going to try it. Just to show us my name is Ramon Preston, I'm going to write down what I want to accomplish, and I'll figure out the details when I start implementing and executing my daily actions. But first, I need future goals that are big enough and broad enough that they can take me out to December 31st. And I can start seeing myself coming into the new year. Somebody gonna be going to New Year's service, lifting up their hands, touching their neighbor, telling their neighbor, I'm going into 22 fresh, on fire, anointed, rich and wealthy. Well, guess what? I don't want to have that experience on December the 31st. Whether I'm at home, whether I'm traveling, or whether I'm in a watch night service, I don't want to have that experience without at least knowing that I did everything I could in my daily actions to hit a future goal that was so big and so broad that I fell short. But if I'm gonna fall short on a future goal, it needs to be big enough and broad enough that I'm not overwhelmingly disappointed if in fact I don't hit the goal. So you want to take into consideration, what do you want to accomplish? The next question you want to take into consideration is, when do you want to accomplish it? So I want to qualify the what with certain details. This is what I want to accomplish in my business. This is what I want to accomplish in my finances. This is what I want to accomplish with my customers and clients, with whatever it is. And this is when I want to accomplish. So in this case, let's say December 31st. All right. Let's say if you have details here in the what about your business. Well, now you're able to qualify your future goals, because it's going to make your plan more solid and sustainable. Does that make sense to you? The third thing you want to take into consideration is, where do you want to accomplish it? So now you got to answer the question on where. Man, this I should take the whole show today to talk about. Think about that. A lot of people don't even ask themselves that question. Where, if I know what I want to accomplish, right? And then if I know when I want to accomplish it, if I ask myself the question, where do I want to accomplish it? Maybe where I am geographically is not big enough for me to accomplish what I want to accomplish by the time I want to accomplish it. So you got to look at the where in terms of geographic location. So are you trying to accomplish a certain business goal in a certain period of time in a location geographically that really doesn't fit? It doesn't fit the plan that you want to put together. Or maybe you're in the right geographic location. You may not have to move geographically, but maybe you need to move your business. Think about it. You may need to move your business in another location. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying move your business to another physical location. Maybe you need to move it to another virtual location. So let's say if your business is built around your website. Well, if you're not getting no traffic on your website, maybe you need to bring your business to social media. Maybe you need to find another platform or location to bring your business. Maybe you have a physical business and it ain't generating enough revenue, right? Well, maybe you need to take your business virtual. Maybe you need to find other spaces. So when you answer the where do you accomplish this at? You want to look at geographic location. You want to look at virtual locations. And guess what? You want to look at demographics, because where you are trying to push your business at demographically may be the wrong place. It's kind of like you're looking for successful people to do business with, and you steady dealing with scrubs. Or you want to do business with winners, but you keep taking your business around losers. You've got to make sure the where. So this is going to be geographic. This is going to be geographic. This is going to be virtual. And this is going to be demographic. You got to think about the demo, like where exactly do I need to be in order to accomplish what I want to accomplish, and by the time that I set. Okay, and then the final thing you need to take into consideration, I got to erase it because I'm running out of room. The final thing that you want to take into consideration, which is the fourth question, is how. So how am I going to accomplish that? So if I know what I want to accomplish, right, in my business, if I know when I want to accomplish it, if I know where I need to accomplish it to get the best results, now I need to look at how am I actually going to do it? This is what qualifies your plan. Now I need to think about what set of daily actions do I need to take based on these future goals. And so the first thing you need to crush it in business is what? You need a plan. You need a set of daily actions you take based on future goals, which means you need to answer the question, what do I want to accomplish in detail? When do I want to accomplish it? There needs to be a timeline. Where do I accomplish this at? So is there a certain geographic location that I can get this done at better and see success? Is there a virtual location? Is there both? All right. Is there a certain demographic location? Is there a certain group of people I need to find? And then I need to answer the question, how? How am I actually going to get this done? So what do you mean, how? Well, I'll explain that to you when I get to the next two things that you need. But the how is going to have a lot to do with the steps you take, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, practically, tactically, mechanically. All right. With techniques so that you can start seeing what you want to see happen. All right. So number two, the second thing you need to crush it in business is, number two, you need a product. Now this is going to be a big one here, because a lot of people don't understand the power of product. You need a product. Now, I could have put this first, but I don't want to put this first because I want you to have a plan. See, there are a lot of people who have amazing products, but because they don't have a plan, they're not making any money off of those amazing products. You probably know people who have inventory in their closets, inventory in their garages. They got all these great ideas every time you talk to them. Every time y'all get somewhere around people, they're the first ones to say, well, I'm finna do this, and I'm working on that, and I'm in the process of launching this, and I'm waiting to get paperwork back on that. In other words, they're always talking about the products because they really don't have a clearly defined plan. All right. So plan needs to be senior to the product. But once you get to the product, now you got to look at what a product is. Let me give you my definition of what a product is. A product is a tangible or intangible good or service. That's what I'm talking about when I say you need a product. Now, I got some things I want to share with you about this product, because this is really getting ready to bless some of you who may feel like, wow, I even have a good plan, but do I have a good product? You know, is my product good enough and in demand enough for me to actually monetize it? Well, we'll see. But if it isn't, I want to show you what you can do. So the second thing you need in order to crush it in business is you need a product. You need a product. In other words, you need a tangible or intangible good, and I misspelled intangible. I don't know what I spelled there. My God. I don't know what that was. Intangible. Wow. I think I dropped the G and the I out of intangible. So anyway, let's look at what are intangibles. What are tangibles? What are goods or services? Well, a tangible good or service is a tangible. It's something that is physical. It's something that you can see. And I'm not talking about you as a tangible product, okay, or service. I'm talking about something. I'm talking about something outside of you, something outside of your time, all right? We're just talking about some tangible good or some tangible service. What is an intangible? Well, now you see it, now you don't. That's an intangible good or service. So for example, I have an online business and financial training program. Although it is actually a product or service that we provide, it is not a physical product or service that we provide, meaning that you can join my online training university. You can get access to that business, financial, investment, wealth building training 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can have exclusive access to hundreds of video modules and documents and forms whenever you want access to it, right? But it's not like when you subscribe or sign up to that blueprint game plan that I am actually sending you or mailing you a physical product. That means it's not a tangible good or service. It is an intangible good or service. But now I do have tangible goods or services. There are certain physical, tangible things. You can go to certain websites that we own and you can purchase tangible goods or services that will be shipped to you. So if you can have both, because your business is that diverse, then you're much better off because you're expanding your opportunities for monetization. All right. So you need a product, you need a tangible and or intangible good or service. Now, here's what I want you to think about. Your tangible or intangible goods or services will either be, this is kind of like a check. They will either be need-based or they will be consumer-based. And guess what? It may be both. But either way, you should be willing to take the time to go through the process of identifying what products do you need in order to fulfill your plan. See, I tell a lot of my clients who have certain plans, certain goals, certain dreams and desires and aspirations and ambitions. I tell a lot of my clients this: if you have certain dreams that you want to accomplish, and the products and services that you provide are not going to be the products and services to get you to the fulfillment of that dream, you should be willing to compromise those products and services for your dreams. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, this is what they do. They give up on their dreams because they don't want to let go of certain products and services that ain't making them no money. Oh my God, that was a bomb that I just dropped. Did you hear what I said? You can be married to an idea about a product and service that you just swear up and down is just so amazing. It is so good. And maybe it ain't that amazing or so good. And maybe it is. But maybe there's no need for it. Or maybe the consumer, the market is telling you that's not what we want. So it's not a matter of them not needing it. It may be something that the consumer is saying they don't want. So either it's a need-based product or service, meaning that we gotta have it. Like water is a need-based product. Housing is a need-based product, right? There are certain things that you just need as services. You need soap, right? You need you need your taxes done every year. You need certain bank accounts. You need certain technological software to process certain data and certain information. You need light service, right? So you could be warm when it's cold. You need water service. You don't necessarily need cable, but based on the demand of the consumer, not necessarily the need of the consumer, but based on the demand of the consumer, that will dictate and determine what cable service provider people go with. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I want you to take a look at your products and services, things that you have right now, and I want you to identify with what is your product and service or service based on. Is it need-based or consumer-based or both? Because if it is, then that means there's a deep desire. This is consumer. There's a desire for that. And if it's need-based, there's a demand. I mean, we just gotta have it. Like a lot of the products and services that I provide in my organization are not need-based, they're consumer-based. Okay, let me give you an example. I have business and financial coaching. That's not necessarily a need for some people, at least they don't see it as a need. It's more of a consumer-based service. So that means based on the consumer desiring to get further quicker in their business, based on the consumer wanting to accelerate their knowledge base and their skill set with certain things with business and finance, that would determine if the consumer uses me as a coach. All right, I have certain products, apparel products. I have an online store. Well, those are not need-based products. Those are consumer-based products. So I'm explaining to you that even if they were need-based and not consumer-based, it's still going to be dependent upon the demand or the desire of the market. And so if you have certain products and services and your products and services are not penetrating the market to the extent that they're making money, or let me say it another way, if the products and services you have are so unimportant to the market, whether it's a demand or desire for that kind of product, but if they're so important to the market that you're not able to monetize those products and services and they're causing you to compromise the speed at which you want to fulfill your plan or your dreams, you've got to make the decision, do I need to pivot into another product? Do I need to start looking for other products and services that can move me at the pace that I need to move at to not only take care of myself and pay my bills, but to fulfill my dreams, all right? So here's another point I want to make with regard to products, which, by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions in the comments. We're always open. My team is always lurking, doing their best to pull the questions when we get them so that we can answer them. Here's another point I want to make. Products require, this is critical, the skills of marketing and sales to assist in desire, demand, and delivery. I'll explain that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be talking about this tonight at 5 o'clock in our weekly coaching call. So if you're not a part of our coaching community, if you haven't heard about our one-year business coaching program that ends within the next 30 days, probably a little bit sooner, we're going to be discontinuing the one-year business coaching program that we currently have open. So if you have heard about it, or if you haven't, but would like to know more about it and would like to join our 1-year business coaching community before we end it and discontinue it, I want you to be prepared at the end of today's show to text the number that you're going to see in the description. There's a number you're going to see in the comments, and that number you're going to be able to text the word coaching to, and we can onboard you today. We can schedule your first one-on-one initial coaching session with me, which is going to be about a 2-hour deep dive that I walk you through the process of setting your goals, projecting what you want to accomplish within the next year, identifying with what structure you need as in a holding company, divisions of subsidiaries. We're going to identify with what systems and processes you need. We're going to take a look at your products and see, do you have products and services that could actually be monetized? And if you already have products and services, do we need to reposition them in a way to make sure that they're scalable to make you money? And then we're going to put a game plan together to walk you through the process for the next year as we coach you. We'll give you access to our weekly coaching calls, which tonight at 5, we're going to be hosting our weekly coaching call. We're going to give you access for 1 year to our online training program, the Blueprint Game Plan. It is our 5-step wealth building system where we teach virtually, on demand, business, financial, investment, wealth building information. We give you access to that for 1 year. We also give you access to all of our quarterly workshop masterminds. So every quarter we host, and moving into 2022, all of our quarterly events are going to be 1-day events. So we're going to take them from 4-hour events to 8-hour events. It's just an added bonus that I want to give to my clients coming into 2022. So all of our quarterly events moving forward will be 8-hour, 1-day events, really more than 8 hours, but they're going to be 1-day events. And so we'll be doing deep dives into certain business principles, but then we're going to also be doing training and exercises and role plays on certain techniques and tactics that are tailored to business systems, financial systems, sales systems, and marketing systems. It's going to be spectacular as we approach 2022. But again, this is just a plug. For those of you that are interested in that 1-year business coaching program, I want you to be prepared to text the word coaching to the number you see in the description and in the comments. So here is my next point with regard to you needing a product. Products require the skills of marketing. You gotta develop your marketing skills. You got to develop your marketing skills. You don't have to be a marketing guru, all right? You don't have to be like the expert on algorithms and analytics and SEO optimization, but you at least have to know how to take yourself, how to take your business, how to take the brand of what you're building and get attention, how to make contacts, and how to create conversions. That's all centered around marketing. So your products require the skills of marketing and sales, because once you start getting attention, you have to know how to bring that potential customer or client through a process to make sure that you can close that deal, make money, build a business relationship with that customer or client, and continue that for the course of a long period of time, hopefully forever, all right? So products require the skills of marketing and sales to assist. What are they going to assist you in? Well, they're going to assist you in creating desire. So remember what I told you. Your products are going to either be need-based products or they're going to be consumer-based products. If they're need-based products, there's probably already a demand for them. When there's a consumer-based product entering into the market, it may not necessarily be a demand, or it may be, but it may just be a desire. But where is the desire or the demand coming from most of the time? Like, for example, water is a need-based product. So by default, there's going to be a demand for water. But guess what? If somebody doesn't desire that particular water product, they're going to pass that water product and pick up another one. So you can have one brand of water here, You can have another brand of water there, and based on desire, both have demand, but both don't have desire to the consumer. The consumer is going to grab what they desire, even though there's a demand for both. Do you see what I'm saying? So what is going to help determine the difference? Of course, the quality of the product, but in addition to the quality of the product, the marketing of that product, the selling of that product is going to have a lot to do with assisting the desire, the demand, and the delivery. Of that product. And guess what? Here's my final point when it comes to products. And this point should really just set some of you free, because right now some of you have products and services that you want to provide and you just don't have any substance. I talk to people who want to be coaches and consultants and trainers all the time, and they just don't have enough substance. They don't have enough substance. So if you, whether it's coaching, consulting, training, or whether it's some other business that you're in, if you're struggling with having products and services that can create demand and desire and that are backed with quality substance, if you're struggling with that, then guess what? You're going to need at some point a business coach to help you with that. You're going to need a team of people to sit down with you to help you figure out what ideas do you have that are actually products. And once you start developing the products from those ideas, now you have to see where with these products can you provide more value? How can you create more quality with these products that were first ideas? And then how do you properly price those products? And then how you market and sell those products. So there's like a process that you have to go through when it comes to making sure that your product can go to the market and sell. And if you're having problems with that, I'm telling you, whether it's today or one day, you're gonna need a business coach. You're gonna need a business consultant. You're gonna need a company, a team, people who know what they're doing when it comes to product development, help you, not just put together a plan, but help you develop products so that they can be quality products, they can provide value to the marketplace, and you're going to need sales and marketing systems and processes that you use to assist you in creating desire, in creating demand, and in delivering those products to your customers and clients. So here's my last point on products. The product you use or service, because some of you are in the service business, it doesn't have to be, listen to me on this, it doesn't have to be owned by you. It doesn't have to be owned by you, just used by you. Can you understand that? I'm giving you free game on the show. Ain't nobody paying me to host this show and to teach you and train you. And this information, I have clients that pay me thousands of dollars to share this stuff with them, to help them on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. So I want you to understand this when it comes to you needing products. The products that you use, the services that you use, they don't have to be owned by you. This is where some of your ego is getting in the way of you making money. I don't know how many people I talk to, especially coaches, they have a big problem with this. Consultants, trainers, speakers, they have such a problem with this. And the problem is not with these services, the problem is with their ego. Their ego is so big, they want to own everything rather than use everything. See, if I didn't own the curriculum for coaching, if I didn't own the systems and the processes for coaching, if I didn't own the curriculum, the systems and processes for consulting and for training, but guess what? I've done it for so long, and that's just my thing. I'm that person who I like to create systems. I like to create processes. I like to create content and curriculum for educational purposes. And I've done it for so long. It's like second nature to me That doesn't come easy to everybody. That's why there are people who teach these principles. There are people who provide coaching. There are people who can provide consulting. There are people who can take things and train, but never create what they're using, the systems and the processes and the curriculum and content. And for those of you that are in the space of something that you do not have products and services that are backed with quality systems, quality content, quality processes, quality curriculum, what you need to do is you need to find people who can create the quality substance, who can create the curriculum and the content that has value. And instead of you not making money because you want to own it, start making money because you're willing to use it. I'm telling you, that point alone should be worth you paying to get that gain. It should be worth you paying to get that gain. And so that means for all of you that are watching me and that are listening to me, if you know that your products and services don't carry the weight, they don't have the quality behind it, the value, you may be valuable, you may be a quality person, but you don't have the systems and the processes. I say this all the time to people who are in my coaching program and people who I consult and people who I work with who want to be in the training and the speaking and the influencer space. I always tell them this, and they'll tell you, if you've ever talked to them, that I tell them, this is why people like me who specialize in creating systems and processes and quality curriculum and content, this is why people like me provide opportunities to people like that to be trained, to be certified, and maybe to even license our curriculum so that you can use it. Schools do it all the time. For those of you that have ever been to school, hopefully you've been to school. Now, I ain't gonna say I finished school. I ain't gonna say I did right in school, but what I can say is I have enough memory to know that when I was going to school, all the books that the teachers were teaching from were not books that they owned. Am I correct? All the curriculum and the homework and the studying that we did from school came from books, came from manuals, came from companies that were not even owned by the school. These books were made by other companies, but the schools adopted them. In other words, the schools used those products and services. The schools didn't own those products and services. And so don't let your ego get in the way of you making money in business and quote unquote crushing it in business because your ego wants to own, but your bank account don't mind if you use. Do you catch what I'm saying? So that was for free. Here's the third thing you need to crush it in business. Number 3, you need a procedure. You need a procedure. This is critical. So let's say you have a plan, or at least you're putting a plan together. Number 1, let's say you have a product, or you're working on either owning a product because you're creating quality, valuable products, or you're going to use them. All right. You're going to connect with people or companies that will either certify you in knowing what you need to do or give you licensing or opportunities to use their products. Okay, let's just assume you've checked the box for number 1 and checked the box for number 2. Number 3 is you need a procedure. So what exactly is a procedure? Let me give you my definition of it. A procedure is an established way of doing business. This is what a procedure is. A procedure is an established way of doing business. So most entrepreneurs that I talk with, and I have to be honest, and I ain't throwing shade on nobody, it's just I know that a lot of these things that I'm talking about, most entrepreneurs don't know and most entrepreneurs don't have because most entrepreneurs are not willing to invest. They're willing to invest their time. They're willing to invest their efforts because it takes like courage to really even move into the space of entrepreneurship or to even build up the muscle to start a business and try to build that business. But this is not about your time. This is not about your efforts. This is about you being willing to take money, because this is the thing that a lot of people don't want to do. You have to take money and you have to invest that money into yourself. And the way you invest that money into yourself is not buying the best equipment. It's not buying the best furniture for your office. It's not buying the best outfits to wear when you're doing business. It's not to have the most lavish website and business cards and all this stuff that it's good to have that mentality. But what you should be doing with that money is you should be investing that money into your education, into your training, into having coaches and consultants who are experts in certain things that you want to succeed in with your business and learning that game. This is how you win. And we hear people say it so much. And the problem with this is we have so many internet gurus who have built their businesses around educating people on how to do what they don't necessarily do. See, that's the difference between me and many people I know, but this is the difference between the internet guru who's giving you courses and education and training on what to do that they didn't do. That's the difference between them and those of us who are educating you, training you on what to do, but we actually do it. So our money is not just coming from selling you a course. Our money is not just coming from training you in a workshop. Our money is coming from actually doing a business that's working, that we are making money from. And as a result of our business success, not educating people's success, but as a result of our business success, we're able to repurpose what we've learned with systems and processes and practices and procedures, and we're able to provide it for you in a way that it can make sense and that it can help you accelerate your business building process. And so the third thing you need to crush it in business is you need a procedure. A procedure is an established way of doing business, an established way of doing business. So what do you mean by me having a procedure, an established way of doing business? Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. Your company needs to be established, all right? Not just with time, not just with effort, but with you taking money that you make and dumping it into becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. Not just for yourself and your family, but that's important, but also for your business, for your customers, and for your clients. So a procedure is an established way of doing business. That means your procedures need to have structure. Your procedures need to have systems. Your procedure needs to have processes. I'm going to give you another explanation for this as well. Your procedures need to have structure, systems, and I'll make that plural. Structures, systems, and processes. Watch this. That create what we call best practices. So there needs to be an infrastructure for your business. This is where I talk a lot about the holding company concept and having divisions and subsidiaries. Okay, you got that part. Most of you got that. You understand that. But now your structure needs to have systems integrated into it. So that means you got to have sales systems, you got to have marketing systems, you got to have corporate systems, you got to have financial systems, you got to have operational systems. So now you got to have all these systems that you integrate into this infrastructure, okay? It needs to work like that. And then once you are able to check the structure box and the systems box, now as you start doing business, you need to document those activities and make them processes. So now I got to see what is the process. So now I got to document this. I got to track every action, every activity in my business, because I want my structure to be complemented with systems. I want my systems to be complemented with processes. And I want all of these three collectively to create best practices. So now I don't just qualify my business, qualify. I don't just develop quality for my business, but I'm also going to quantify my business, which means I can look at my business and I can see quality because I've qualified it with structures, systems, and processes, but I've created best practices. So now I can quantify, I can look at how to do certain things step by step with certain numbers, with certain practices, with certain metrics, with certain math, and I can almost like project, right? I can almost project that as long as I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm gonna get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where structure, systems, and processes come into play with your business that create best practices. Now that there, what I just shared with you is $1 million worth of gain. And trust me, the people who I teach these principles to, they're seeing the results because they're not just learning these principles, but they're seeing me and my organization practice these principles and get results from these principles, and they in turn are practicing the principles that they see us practicing and that they're learning, and they're seeing the results. And so I want to challenge all of you that are watching me today to take me up on my offer. We have a 1-year business coaching program. And in this 1-year business coaching program, everything that I'm talking about, you're going to learn. You're going to learn about systems. You're going to learn about processes. You're going to learn about procedures. You're going to learn about business systems, financial systems, marketing systems, sales systems. You're going to learn how to properly structure your business. You're going to learn a lot about holding company structures. And as I tell a lot of potential clients that I talk to who ask me questions about the holding company, just because you file and form paperwork as a LLC and get your EIN number and open a bank account and classify it as a holding company does not mean you are educated and trained on how to run the day-to-day operations of that holding company. Because that is a concept that you have to learn. It has to be something that you learn. It's a muscle that you have to build in order to maximize it. Otherwise, you're going to be like everybody else. I know a whole lot of people who got LLC behind their business name on a business card, and that LLC ain't making no money. It ain't doing nothing because they don't know what to do. They don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the systems. They don't have the processes. In other words, they don't have a plan or product or procedure. So I want you to take me up on that. All you have to do is text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. You could text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. We have a payment plan option available for you. We're actually offering our 1-year business coaching program at a deep discount. It's a $5,000 program for 1 year, and we're offering it for 12-month payments of $397. So basically for $397 today and for the next 11 months, you can have access to world-class coaching. You'll have access to my team. You have access to quarterly mastermind workshops where you're going to be trained on the nuts and bolts of sales, marketing, financial systems, QuickBooks, creative tax strategies, business systems, holding companies, divisions, subsidiaries, corporate systems, corporate positions and roles. You're going to learn a lot. And guess what? More importantly than that, when you process your first $397 payment, if it's today, we're going to schedule you for your initial one-on-one coaching session. So I'm going to take about 2 hours to sit with you, whether it's in person or virtually, and we're going to walk you through the next year. to identify with what you want to accomplish. We're going to put a game plan together. We're going to look at your business and financial goals. We're going to identify with what systems you need, what structure you need, what processes you need. We're going to take a look at your products and services to make sure that they're quality, valuable products and services. We're going to make sure that they're priced right. If you don't have any, we're going to work with you in developing those products and services. We're going to give you access to our world-class, on-demand, interactive training program for business and finance called the Blueprint Game Plan. You get access to it for 1 year for free. And guess what? You get access to our weekly coaching calls, which tonight at 5 o'clock, we're going to be hosting one. And I'm going to be doing a deep dive on some of what we talked about today. I'm going to be answering questions. We have a Q&A. We have other business owners and amazing entrepreneurs that are in our business coaching community that engage on a high level. They work with each other. They're creating a network in and of themselves. We give you access to a personal coaching coordinator, meaning that there's someone you can text, you can email, you can call when you have any glitch in your business or when you just have something that you've ran across that you need help through. We want to make you successful, and we want to show you how to properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dream. So if you want to take me up on that 1 year business coaching program, text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. We also have other products available for you. We have a special going right now. You'll see in the description. For $29, we're giving you access to our recent workshops that we hosted on holding companies, financial systems, and sales and marketing. We also have our Blueprint Game Plan, our online training program. It's a $1,500 program. So just in case a coaching program is not something you are interested in, maybe you are a do-it-yourselfer. Maybe you want access to our online training program. It's an on-demand interactive platform. You get access to it for 1 year. It's $1,500, and we offer a 12-month payment plan. So that means for coaching, you can get access to everything for $397 a month. That's 12 months. For our Blueprint, which is our online training for business and finance, we have hundreds of training courses on this program. So we train you on holding companies. We have a business startup kit and tutorials to walk you through the process of how to start your own holding companies, how to start your own subsidiaries, and how to file and form them correctly. We have an entire real estate investing program in this Blueprint. We have an entire financial literacy training program in this Blueprint. We have courses on goal setting, scheduling, sales and marketing workshop. We have videos in there for that. So if you want to learn about sales and marketing, you want to learn about tax strategies, financial systems, QuickBooks, we offer all that in our Blueprint Game Plan, and you can get access to it today for $125 with a 12-month agreement. So it's all up to you. All you have to do is text either the word coaching or the word Blueprint to 404-478-7213. And for all of you out here that's watching me and listening to me, and you're procrastinating and you're waiting until some glorious moment in your life to invest money in yourself, at some point you're going to have to learn this. Because if you don't learn this as an entrepreneur or business owner, the likelihood of you succeeding is so low. Like, you may have a better chance of winning the lottery. And every time you hear people like me say this, the first thing that comes to a lot of people's mind is, oh, you just trying to get over on us. You just trying to sell your products and services and make money. Well, yeah, I'm trying to make money. Definitely not trying to get over on you, because either way, my business is going to make money, okay? But more important than that is you have to grow in order for your business to grow. You have to become another version of yourself as an entrepreneur and business owner. You have to learn the details and the nuances and practices of running a business and scaling a business And none of this is going to happen if you just think you're going to browse the internet from time to time and Google and YouTube your way to success. Now, it has happened, and it does happen. But what if it doesn't happen for you? What if you're not that 1 in 300 million people that just blow up off of YouTube University or off of Google University or off of Wikipedia? Then what are you going to do? Well, what's going to happen is you're going to look back 20 years and realize, man, I should have started 20 years ago. I was saving my money. I was putting my money up for a rainy day or for emergency or for whatever we think is going to happen, and I could have been investing that money in myself. You are your greatest investment. So text the word coaching or blueprint to 404-478-7213. Thank you for joining the Ramon Preston Show. I'll be right back here tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon, same place, same time. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, and tell Lolly Dolly everybody, because I want you to win. And guess what? More importantly, I want your business to crush it before this year is out. This is an amazing time for entrepreneurs and business owners, particularly those of us who have the right information and access. So I love y'all. Have an amazing day. I'll see you same place, same time right here on the Ramon Preston Show.